What's up guys, Garden Graft, and we're back, and it's been a month, and it's been a while, so, yeah, but we're kicking it off yet again with a zoo tour, because we finished the zoo. After I did that last video, I did a few extra changes, nothing too big. did some extra decorating around, but, so anyway, let's get started by, just showing off the entrance. I made a little jellyfish banner, and it looks pretty sick. I was just going for something random, and it turned out to look like a jellyfish, and I just kept it because I thought it looked cool. But so anyway, we have like our little cashiers over here, and trash can there, and just an employee shed over there. So then you get into here. This is kind of like just like a little main area where you can just like eat and buy gifts from the gift shop, and go to the VIP lounge, which just has like a little fish tank and just a little bar area, I guess, and some seats up at the top. And then there's the whole map of the zoo right over here. So this right here is the zoo. Pretty much anywhere that's like has like tan going towards it, that's pretty much an exhibit. So yeah, pretty much it goes from all the way over to there and around. So that's the whole zoo. It's way bigger than my last zoo, definitely. But so right over here is our first exhibit, the koalas. And yeah, there's not much to really say. The exhibit turned out pretty well. This is my first exhibit I did, and I think it still holds up pretty solid with like what I originally started with. And yeah, there's like a little seating area, and you can get like some fast food or like, I don't know, something to eat right there. So I think what we can do is go this way first, because that ends on a dead end over here, and then we can loop around that way and then go like this way and then end up back over here. So that's kind of my plan. So if we just kind of go this way, there's like a little frog pond right over here. It has like a little frog statue right there that spits out water. And yeah, it looks pretty nice. I have like a little boat kind of hinged down, and just like just little decorations everywhere. So I think we can come back to that whenever we circle back around. So if we just like run, I'm just gonna like fly all the way like over here. So we can just like walk back. You can probably already see like what pretty much all these animals are. But so right over here we have the eagle, and the majestic eagle is up in this nesting area, walking and not flying. Oh, it just almost flew. But yeah, they have like a little winding waterfall that turns into like a river, and then they have like just like some little tree poles that they usually have in exhibits, and some natural trees as well. And a whole man-made cliff with a little nest right over there. So then if you come down this little trail here, and there's like a weird seed right there. I don't know why that's there. I wasn't there earlier. But so over here we have the moose exhibit, and honestly, I kind of wish I put the moose and the deer in the same exhibit, because I don't see why not. I think they get along in the wild, but I'm not fully sure. I need to do more research into that if I decide to do this again. But there's just like a bunch of trees. I made some custom birch trees. I still threw in. That was I don't know if you can hear. That's a loud motorcycle that's been down. Having a I don't even. You know, I'm not that big of a car person. Someone probably knows, and I'm just gonna make them mad by saying something else. But so anyway, yeah, I added in some just like natural saplings and making my own custom trees as well. And I think they broke that, because that was not like that before. I think they broke some of them. That probably happened. But yeah, this right here, I did make a little pond for this exhibit, and I think the pond turned out pretty well. I like the terraining around it, I like the rocks, I like pretty much everything about it. I wish I added more in the actual pond itself and maybe made it a little bit deeper. But besides that, I think this exhibit turned out pretty well, and it still holds up pretty decently. But so then you come down here, there's just like this little waterfall, kind of like cliff area, I guess, where you can just kind of sit down and look at the view. But right in here we have the beavers. This was my second exhibit, and it's one of my favorites, honestly. I really like, I just don't like the beavers, how they go weirdly around like that. That kind of makes it a little bit less enjoyable. But like for the beaver lodge right here, like it looks really cozy in there, just saying. And it looks like an actual like natural kind of thing, because I threw together like pretty much all sorts of like wood. And there's just some like wood in the water, falling down just trees kind of here and there, and they spit out sticks for some reason. Couldn't tell you why, but they do. And right over here is the Beaver Dam, and the Beaver Dam is supposed to look like it's blocking water from the pond, so the pond's kind of like holding all the water, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, they're both technically their own pond, and then they flow into each other. You know what? I'm not gonna get too into that. But so yeah. Looks pretty nice. I like the exhibit. It's pretty solid. And so then if you walk back up here, we're just back over here at the main area. So now we can go around this way and then make our way around this side of the exhibit, or of the zoo. So right over here we have the mountain goats, or the I think I called them the bighorn sheep. I'm pretty sure they're called, I think, rams or something. I can't remember. No, it's an ewe goat or something like that. I can't remember. It's like an EWE goat and then sheep. But so yeah, this right here was like one of my first exhibits, and I'm gonna fix that really fast. But I am really proud with how this mountain turned out. If I could, I would go back and definitely add in more detail with it. But considering like this was like the first giant mountain I ever really made, I think it turned out pretty well. And I was inspired from like Hermitcraft because they were building like these giant mountains. So I think I got the idea from Pearlescent Moon and her mountainside thing or whatever, because that's like the way it looked. So yeah, they have like a little lake right over there and just like a bunch of trees. I think I should have did more for this trench area, maybe at least added in water or something at the bottom, but I didn't end up doing that. I just got really lazy, and yeah. So then just continue down the pathway over here. You can just see some more, but they mostly like to stay out in this little back area back here, and you can just kind of get up here and like view them from up here. Just like a little viewing area added in later on because couldn't really see them that well. So yeah, the exhibit's pretty good. I wish I could have did more detailing. I'd definitely do more detailing if I was doing this like in modern day. But back then, I mean, there was like that took hours for me to do right there. And I'm creative. That'd be a pain for survival. But so right over here we just have some camels. Nice little oasis looking exhibit. And I think this is the only desert animal I have in this pack. So I think I nailed the desert look pretty well. But so yeah, this exhibit turned out pretty well. And then right over here we have the great horned owl, and they just like sitting up in those trees. They don't really move anywhere. But I tried to go for like a real like densely grassed area, so that way it looked like a bunch of like little rats and stuff would be hiding in there and scurrying around. And then there's just like a little marsh area right over here, and I think it turned out pretty well. Yeah, they have like a little backdrop of like some terrain back there. I think I did pretty good on that too. But so then you can either go down that path or down this tunnel here, and this tunnel leads you down to the Otter Cave or the Otter Tunnel. I don't know. But you can see otters through here. There's the Otter Den right over there. They have like this giant little tree right here that I made, and I am really proud with how this tree turned out. It's probably one of my favorite trees in this entire zoo. But yeah, just like the little otters all around through here. Then you can exit out over here and just kind of see them from here. And yeah, turned out pretty well. There's like all sorts of just sticks and stuff in the pond, lily pads. But as you can see, I did carry on a lot of the tree designs over to here, and I tried to mimic most of my design from that exhibit to this exhibit because my goal was to make them kind of look like a combined exhibit, because you can see like the water like combines into each other. There were supposed to be waterfalls for that side, but the otters kept on being able to like get up them, so I just took away the waterfalls. But yeah, all through like along through here is just the alligator exhibit. But it did turn out pretty well. They have like this little island in the middle where like they can like get on this little rock. Yeah, it looks really nice. There's an alligator right there. They're kind of harder to spot whenever you're just like standing at the wire, so that's why I just kind of got in the exhibit with them. If we go on over here, we have the Whitetail Deer exhibit, and there's a little barrier I set up like right along through here because they were able to like jump over this fence. Probably because they can just do that, and then get up. But I didn't want to change the design, so I just put barriers and just because it looks like they can't. I mean, actually, they could. It looks like they could easily get out, but that's besides the point. The point is that it just looks nice, and yeah, that's literally the only point. So yeah, just like there's just like some deer up in there, and just like a bunch of little trees. But then if you go up here, we have the grizzly bear exhibit, and you kind of like go in this little cave area. I should have added like more layers up in the roof, so that way it kind of looks less flat. But in here there's the bear. It does not move for some reason. It just stands completely still. So I just kind of positioned it in a spot where it looks like it's kind of like hunting for fish or something. I don't know, but it has like a little bed right over there, a nice little tree, and yeah, this exhibit turned out pretty well. I wish I gave it more room, but it's kind of crunched up in here, which isn't the best for a literal bear. But it's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. It can't move anyway. It's crippled or something. But so yeah, there's another viewing area you have for the white-tailed deer, and you can see like a little pond here. Now I wish I made this place like more foresty, because there should be like another tree there, there. Like this should have been the heavy forest area. If not like right in here should have been heavy forested. So anyway, you can just go down this little tunnel area. I was actually planning on doing some bats off camera, or maybe making another video about it, and like putting some bats in over here or right over here, because we still have plenty of room. Like if you look up here, there's like like there's like a good bit of room throwing like a bats area like here or there, because the tunnel only goes through like right in here. So you just like we still have a decent amount of room, but I decided not to do it because I already did a pretty good bat cave in my season 1, and I just didn't want to, I just didn't want to redo all that. But so yeah, in here we have the sloth exhibit, and yeah, just some little sloths over here, and just like all sorts of little trees and branches hanging out everywhere. Same with the red panda exhibit. It's pretty much the same thing as the sloth, just a little bit more arranged, I guess. And yeah. So right over here we have our first African animal. We have the ostrich, and I really actually love this exhibit. I love, like, it actually looks like it'd be in a zoo. There's like these like little termite hill looking things. There's like hay bales everywhere. The terrain looks really good in my opinion. I think I did a really good job with this terrain. Um, I I think I could have put more terracotta in the ground to make it kind of match the ant mounds or termite mounds a little bit better. But I think the reason I didn't do that is because of these walls here. It blend in too much. But I want to give myself a pat on the back for this. This is a really, I think I outdid myself here. Even like the trees, I know it's like that's just, I know these two are just like spawned in trees, but the trees just look so good. And then there's another viewing area over there that we'll eventually get to. But as then if you turn over here, we have a hippo exhibit, and I saw an image whenever I was looking up hippo exhibits, and it was on Planet Zoo, and that's literally what like that back area of the exhibits and what like these like little things up here in the trees are for. They're supposed to be like fruits or something. I don't know, or blossoms. I don't really know. But like I mean, whenever you get up close, they don't really look like that well. But I mean, if you're at a distance, like say if you're like way back here looking at those, I guess they look alright. But this exhibit's alright. It's definitely a step down, but yeah, it's pretty good. I like the waterfall. The waterfall looks pretty nice. But so yeah, there's the hippo exhibit, and so then if we continue on over here, I think we can go through this area first. So over here is the bison exhibit, and I'm just gonna run around this way because there's like it won't render them if I go over there. This exhibit's just way too massive. But so yeah, I tried to make it look a little bit like the Oregon Trail. Like there's like some little carts over here. One of them's like intact, and the other one's just like absolutely broken. But since it is an open plain, there wasn't much I could really do. I mean, I could have probably added in hay bales or something. That probably would have added a lot to the exhibit. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. They have like a little stable over there. Looks pretty nice. And there's the other viewing area for the ostriches. This right here looks pretty good too. So yeah, there's that. That just kind of loops around, takes you where the snowy owls and the rams are over there. Or not snowy owls, the great horned owls. But so then we go here. So over here is the herpetarium. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. I don't have a sign. I should have put up a sign or something, but pretty sure I called this place the herpetarium, if that's even how you pronounce it right. But so yeah, there's just like some little iguanas in here. I think they're just called lizards, but they kind of look like iguanas, so I'm just gonna call them iguanas. And then there's some blue poison dart frogs here, some red poison dart frogs here, and just some normal little like frogs here. So yeah, I kind of like I tried to make these three look kind of more like jungle-like, and this one here to look more, I guess, North American pond-like. I guess I don't really know. I wish this pack had like more different types of reptiles though, because the last pack was crazy with reptiles. Like the reptile house was like I had to expand it out like way farther than I was originally planning to. But so yeah, there's that. So then if you go over here, you have pretty much this like other like little eating area, I guess. But so right over here, you can kind of see into the hippo exhibit. It's not really the best of views, but you can see the nice little waterfall here. You have a eating area here, just like some trees everywhere, fast food place there, and more trees here. And then over here we have the Hawaiian exhibit. I really like the way the Hawaiian exhibit turned out. The terraforming or the terrain's really good. I really like the walls too. Like they have like little like areas where they like rest up in here. And I based that off of the zoo that is closest to the house that I usually end up going to. And because they end up having like stuff in the walls like that. And so yeah, I thought that looked really cool. So I carried that over into this exhibit. So yeah, I think this exhibit looks pretty good. I tried to make this like a miniature Pride rock, but that didn't turn out very well. So yeah, but the rock looks alright. So then if we go that way, yeah, this way, we can circle back around because this area is just like one area over here. So over here we have the Rhino. And it's kind of like sitting in this little mud pool, mud hole, yeah, mud hole, mud wallow, I don't know. And it has like a little shack where you can just kind of like chill out over there. And this has like a little hay bale area where it can just kind of relax, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It's not my favorite exhibit, but it's an alright exhibit. So then if you head like right down in here, it's just like all these little trees over here, and then I put like some little hermit crabs and like barriers, just kind of like add some more scene, I guess, add some more like vibrancy. But so yeah, then you enter on this little like dock here, where it's just like a nice little like entrance to the aquarium. And I like to think if you squint hard enough, this looks like a fish. So I mean, yeah, that was just something I wanted to point out. But so anyway, this aquarium is way better than my last aquarium. I want to point that out right now. My last aquarium sucked. This like grand has like a nice glass roof. There's like little crabs here, seahorses here, just like some plants everywhere, just some extra decoration. This area is just like a giant fish tank filled with fish that are kind of like trapped in coral, and they can kind of like just travel through the coral. There's like little holes everywhere. Then over here, okay, the shark is still here. Good. They keep on despawning. But so yeah, there's a little like shark in here. I guess it's a great white shark. It doesn't specify. It just says shark, but we're just gonna call it a great white shark because why not? There's like a broken down ship over here I made. It doesn't look the best, but it's alright. It's better than what I really expected it to be. So yeah, there's that. And then right over here we have the Orca exhibit. Are the orcas still here? Please tell me they didn't die. There's no way they all died. Now that we're over here about the Orc Exhibit, you know, they never died. I treat very good care of all the animals here. That's probably how it died. Right there. That's probably how it died. What am I talking about? It didn't die. That could also have something to do with it. Now I'm starting to think this place is not safe for the animals. But yeah, they have like a nice little hoop they can jump through. There's just like some little ice everywhere just to show that this is that colder area. And yeah, the exhibit's pretty good. Then right over here we have the Dolphin Exhibit, and all the dolphins are gone too. Wow. Except one. You're the only survivor. But so anyway, yeah, Dolphin Exhibit. It's alright. It's not my favorite. But so then you go down here. There's a downstairs too. It's like it's not underground. It's underwater. This part right here is underwater. Just like a nice little fish tank here. Some extra decoration. And then bam, you're in this giant underground area. There's some anglerfish over here in this exhibit. And I really like this exhibit. I think it kind of perfectly like captures what I imagine an anglerfish habitat to look like. So I mean, yeah, it just looks really good. Right over here we have the Manta Ray Exhibit. Yep, there's not really much to say. It's just like a kind of like a coral reef, but not that much coral. And then right over here we have the Turtle Exhibit with some extra seahorses and fish everywhere, just because extra stuff. Because another turtle probably wouldn't be the best thing to put in here because it'd be really cramped. So yeah, this turtle's just not okay. It's just spinning around in circles. But yeah, it has like a nice little coral reef area. You can just kind of go out around. And where's the others? They all died. Well, this is the underground viewing area for the orca. As you can see, we have all the orcas under custody right now. They are currently sick. We're trying to treat them. Yeah. So anyway, moving on out of the aquarium. Let's just get out of here really fast because that's pretty much everything. So then once you get back over here, you just gotta hurry up and scurry back on over here. I probably need to make like another trail or something to connect that up, so that way it's not as much of a dead end. But so then I guess we can go, I think that connects that way, yeah, so we don't need to worry about here yet. So right over here is, okay, they're still here, the seal exhibit. You know, there's some nice little seals here, just having a nice little swim. I hope they don't drown. We're just gonna move on before they might drown. Right over here is the Walrus exhibit. Where'd the baby go? I think the baby drowned. Why are so many aquatic animals drowning? Isn't like your job supposed to be in the water? Like, how are you gonna drown? This is like, there's not even like any predators here hunting you. You're killing yourself. But yeah, they have like a little like buoy thing right over here. It's like, we're gonna move on. You didn't see that. So anyway, more trees, and then over here we have the jungle coaster, which is my nice little own invention. So you gotta keep your thumb on the joystick or whatever finger you use on the joystick, but if you use like your pinky finger, you're weird. But so let's go ahead and back this up really fast, that way I actually go forward when I hit the button. So you just hit, I literally didn't even hit the button, Alright, so then you just hit the button, keep your thumb on the joystick at all times, and then you just go. I'm gonna switch this into third person just to get the nice full experience. Actually, never mind, first person is better. So yeah, we're just gonna go on this little minecart adventure really fast. After that experience, I guarantee all of you were on the verge of throwing up, sitting on the edge of your seat, expecting something dangerous to happen at any moment, but sadly, this is the most safe coaster in Minecraft, as you can tell by all the supporting. But also, anyway, I just put down 2 times speed. I'm not trying to go through all that. That took kind of long. But anyway, so over here we have a little penguin habitat. Have like little ice cubes and like AC units just kind of chilling out everywhere. There's the AC units. Have like 3 here, there, and there. And then they have like little ice spikes like shooting out of the ground with a little bit of dirt and like dead shrubs, but it's mostly just stone and diorite meant to look like stone and snow together, and then snow. So then we can go down this way, because this right here is also going to lead to another dead end, and I kind of regret how many dead ends this exhibit has, or this zoo has. So this is the Snowy Owl exhibit, more of these little air conditioning units, and then they have more icicles. And this right here went for a more North American vibe, or Canadian vibe, where it actually has more dirt in my hat, and I am not doing that with my joystick. My hand's completely off the left side of my joystick. It just does that on this controller. But my other controller is really squeaky. I need to get a new controller. That probably I'm going again. Okay, well, yep, nice little owls here. Have a little area right down here, and they have like little perching spots here and there and there. So yeah, that's nice. They have like here's like just like a little area with rocks and cool dirt. I don't know. And over here we have honestly my favorite, actually tied for favorite snowy exhibit, and the Snowy Foxes, like Snowy Fox exhibit, I really like this exhibit. It looks really well. Usually whenever I overdo it on snow, I don't really like it, but I think it works well for this exhibit because it's meant to hide the Snowy Foxes, which these guys work really well. And instead of using like the vanilla Minecraft Snowy Foxes, I decided to use these ones because they just look better. Like, look at this. You can't tell me you'd rather have this as your pet. But so anyway, they have like a little den area. You can't really see it, but it's like right over here. It's like completely hidden whenever you're like, say, like a spectator. So yeah, you'll just see them vanish and you'll be like, where'd they go? So yeah, they have like a nice little sitting down area, like waiting just like way down. But so then over here we have the polar bear exhibit. They just like to get over there. They have like a little cave area there, and it's mostly water with just some stones surrounding it. And here is the snow leopard exhibit, my tied for favorite snow exhibit, or snow related exhibit. It isn't really as snow, but it has snow on it. So I realized exhibit spent a lot of time on it. This was one of my more recent ones. And yeah, this took a good while. I had to build all of this terrain around it, and it took forever. But it paid off pretty well. I wish I made the blocks to where it like blended in with him a little bit better. I wish he could have been a little bit more gray in the packs, that way he could actually blend in a little bit better. But yeah, I really like the way this place turned out. Just like some giant rocks here, like little spikes. Then they have like this little waterfall ending up in a pond with some trees right over here, and then they have this like little den right there. So in all, I think it turned out pretty well. So then you go over here and you just have the other viewing area for the polar bear, where they're still over there. And then I'm just gonna go and hop in this little cave. Nothing too special, just kind of like a roundabout thing. And I'm just gonna fly over here really fast because there's no reason. And so now we're back over to here. So I guess we can go over here first. So over here is the Cheetah exhibit. There's 2 of them, I do believe. Yeah, one's there and one's here. So this exhibit's pretty good. The training isn't the best, but it's alright. I do like the way the river is though. Like, it kind of like splits off. I wish I could have maybe like did an actual thing where it became a river, but sadly I'm too lazy to do that. And they have like a little viewing area right up here. I'll just go ahead and do it so that way I don't have to worry about doing this later. So yeah, there's that. It looks pretty good. Just a few trees here and there, but it's mostly flat and just grassy, so that way, you know, it's like an open plains area where cheetahs normally live. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much the cheetah exhibit all wrapped up. So then right over here we have the Black Panther exhibit, or just the Panther exhibit. And so yeah, I like that tree right there. This is like one of my favorite trees out of all the trees I've ever made. And this one right here, I like this one right here too. This one right here looks also really good. But the Panther is currently right here. I'm not gonna lie, this thing hides pretty well. Yeah, I tried to go for like a little bit of a more overgrown where things are starting to grow out over the sides, and it works pretty well. I wish I did it maybe a little bit more. I think I only did it like 3 times, only twice actually. So yeah, it's all right. It's probably one of my favorite jungle exhibits, probably top 3 for favorite jungle exhibit. But so then yeah, you have like this little viewing area here, which is a pretty horrible viewing area. You can also see the Panda exhibit from here, and if you saw that video, you might have noticed that I made a few changes to it off camera. Where I added some like little ruins of like an ancient civilization or something there. And I did that because I don't know, I was originally planning to do that, but I was lazy and half asleep and half awake. So yeah, but so right here we have the Den of the Beast, and you have like a little waterfall that appears out of nowhere, and we can go this way because dead end again. So right over here, just a Panda exhibit. You pretty much already saw it. This isn't as good of a view, but they have like these little pressure points here. You can stand on them, shoots out bamboo for pandas to eat, and yeah, just like little ruins here and there. And then they have their little den, and this is my favorite den. I don't know why, but I just really like it. It looks really cozy. I wish I could live here. But so yeah, really like this exhibit, pretty good. So over here, one of the views for the tiger exhibit. Now this exhibit, I was really excited for doing, and I think I dropped the ball a little bit. I think I got too excited, and then let all the excitedness like get to me, and then I didn't think fully straight. But the ruins do look pretty good. These right here do look pretty good. This right here one of my favorite things about this exhibit. I don't know, it's just the way I made these. I don't really know. They just look really good, but yeah, there's one of the viewing areas. Here's another. Yeah, you can see another angle for that. Just some more trees and all sorts of stuff. And this area is my favorite one. Oh, both the tigers are over here. So it's like a little waterfall coming down to like a little kind of a river that kind of stops. Bunch of bamboo all along through there. You can see both the tigers. You can see another like little like wall thing with some more ruins in the background, and then a giant tree. And yeah, I really like this exhibit. They can climb up here. I don't think I've ever seen them climb up here though. That'd be really cool if they did climb up here. This is supposed to be an aqueduct, but I don't know how it works, because whatever dumb civilization built this obviously wasn't trying to get water. But anyway, so yeah, nice little tiger exhibit over here. So then right over here we just have all this little trees area, and gorilla exhibit. So we have most of them I think are over here. There's the silverback, there's a female, and then there's another one somewhere else. But they have like these little platforms, which makes me really like this exhibit because it actually looks like a zoo. Like something that'd be at a zoo. They have like tire swings. They have like these little platforms that they could jump on. And then you can also view the exhibit from over here on this side, which doesn't look as good, but you can see the platforms a lot better. And yeah, they have like a small little waterfall here, and there's the other gorilla. There's the silverback. And yeah, I really like this exhibit. This exhibit was pretty good. I think I did the terraforming pretty well. And yeah, so there's that. So then over here we have the parrots. This is just some exhibit I made, just like really dense, just to add in a bunch of color. Just because I wanted to fly through this thing like a breeze. I just didn't really want to spend too much time on this one. But over here we have the Capuchin monkey exhibit, but it's just called a monkey. So yeah, you could say it's any monkey, but capuchins are not this big. Trust me, like probably the babies of these guys are the size of actual capuchins. So yeah, that's not really a capuchin monkey, even though they may look like one. I would have probably went for a chimpanzee or something. But so yeah, this exhibit looks pretty good. They have tire swings. It's not as good as the gorilla. It's kind of like a step down. I don't really like this design back here though. I wish I used like actual terrain for this, but I'm lazy. At the time, I was lazy. And I usually still am lazy, but like I just wish I could have did something different. It just looks kind of hideous. But so then this pathway and this pathway combined to just go into this main pathway. Right over here you have the elephants. And they look like they can just climb right over, and they pretty much almost can look like they can. Like look at this. This thing's almost as high as this. Like if it stood like right up here, it looks like it could just jump. But so yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this tree. It looks alright, but I wish I made maybe the branches go out a little bit farther, or maybe made it a little bit higher. Yeah, I wish I made the exhibit a little bit bigger too. But so yeah, there's that. Here's the other side of the cheetah exhibit. You probably have the better view out of the two sides. There's us like tall grass directly at the gate, or at the like windows over here. And then I'll just go and come back up here one more time just to get a little view here. This is personally my favorite view up here. This just kind of looks like the best. So now we just have that and this one. So this here's the flamingos, and yeah, they don't move. So I made this barricade here after I figured out they wouldn't move, because I was like, oh, this area looks really cool, but I was like, oh yeah, they can just get out right here, but they can't move. So whenever I built this, I was like, oh, they can't move, and I was like, you know what, this is just like a nice little detail that maybe some zoos add in, like a little mesh in front of like their actual things, make sure the animals can't get out. So I just kept it in, and it also might help that I'm a little bit lazy. That might help too. But I think it does make it look a little bit more like an actual zoo. And yeah, I put some of them in the water just to look more natural, and I put some on land to make it also look natural. And I wish I did more like texturing with like the mount, like the cliffside and all that here. But sadly, I'm lazy at the time. So yeah. So the frog pond area kind of like waterfalls into here, which kind of goes through a stream into this big ocean, like, or big lake area here. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I like the tropical vibe I nailed down here. I really like it. Probably my favorite tropical exhibit out of the very few tropical exhibits. That's probably the only one actually. But so this right here is kind of like just like our only multi-species exhibit for like land animals. Just like giraffes, zebras, and antelopes all combined into this nice little area. And you can kind of like feed them from here, but I don't even know what they eat. I don't even know if you can feed them. But so yeah, you can just kind of like reach your hand out. Giraffes can, like, you know, get up here like head's height, which is really cool. So you pretty much can feed them. I don't know what they eat though. And then if you're at the food court area, you can look into here too. Oh, and here is the meerkats. I don't think I've showed off these guys. So meerkats are right over here. They look pretty good. I thought I added in like burrows or something. I don't think I did. I might have, but I might have taken it out. I don't know. I could have swore I did, but whatever. It looks pretty good. The terraining on this looks really good, and I really like this background setting they have here. And I really like these like small little custom trees I did. I really think I outdid myself with this kind of like mini scale exhibit. And yeah, they have like this nice little watering area over here. So then right over here, another part of the Bison exhibit, or you can go down in this little area here, which you can, you know, get ground level with the bison that you can't really see because they're out of render distance, or most of them are anyway. And this also like reconnects up with like right out here, so it has 2 access points. But yeah, that'll pretty much wrap up the zoo tour. So yeah, pretty much the path that I now took, if you want me to just kind of like show it on the map really fast, pretty much we're here, right there. We went around through there. My stupid controller is doing the thing again. I really need a new controller. This is either this one that has this little stick drift thing, or the other one that's really squeaky, and I figured this one would be fine for now, but obviously it's not. So I'm like literally just holding the stick down. I'm just not gonna let it move. But so pretty much we just kind of flew over here. We kind of more or less started here, then we went around and then down through here, and then we went around here, went there, all the way around there, back up to here, through there, then went through there, and then here, kind of stopped here for a second, there, to 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 here, or to there, to here. So yeah, that was just kind of like the path we took. I know that sounds like very confusing. Jesus Christ, I'm starting to not know English anymore. But so yeah, this right here is how big the zoo looks whenever you're standing above it. And yeah, it's pretty massive. Definitely way bigger than my old zoo. Yeah, that'll do it. That's the zoo tour. Hope you guys did enjoy. And yeah, catch you guys in the next video I do whenever that comes out. Because honestly, I don't know. I could have made this video like literally like a week ago, but I've just been putting it off for so long. And like I went on vacation for like the first 2 weeks. I went on vacation 2 weeks in a row. We went to the beach and we went camping. Yeah, that was not very fun because I was like, I gotta get this done. And I finally did, like a month later. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and catch you guys in the next one, which should probably go, and as soon as I can like really just get my mind fixated back on this. Why is it's doing again? Here, let me just, alright, I just gotta like barely put some pressure onto the joystick. But so that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in, and catch you guys next time. Peace out.